Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 9th of February. So glad to be here with you. Thanks for joining me on the channel, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, simply viewing. It's all appreciated. We're going to be using Tarot of the Divine for the reading, as well as our lovely oracle cards, the first of which comes from Beyond Lemuria. And we're tuning into our soulful presence and how it informs our waking consciousness. And we have luminescence. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, look at that heart space. What a lovely card. It reminds me of the moon, which we have seen recently in the cards. And the feeling as I look at this card is yet another reminder and more encouragement that there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes, yet it's just below the surface, which is part of the message when we see the moon. And I feel that here. We've spoken in recent days about how there's very little evidence and few signs in the atmosphere for many of us at this time. And we're having to take a leap of faith, take a whole lot on faith at this time. And this card just reminds me of how close we are. We're closer than we know to the very things that are most precious and cherished within our own heart space. I love this message. Coming along with it is the message of Mother Earth. How is she speaking to us? And we have, dragonfly spirit. What an interesting card to pull with luminescence as we speak about energy that is just below the surface, as it is emerging. You know, dragonflies are always skimming over the surface of the water. And don't you just love it when they land on your kayak or wherever you are in the water? They're never too far away. And the message, the heart of the message with dragonfly spirit is making every moment count, which is very connected to their life cycle, because by the time we see them as dragonflies, they're very close to the end of their life cycle. They spend most of their time below the surface of the water in a larval state. So this is further confirmation of what is just below the surface for each and every one of us, and the emergence of what is coming into being, coming into our heart space reality, is everything that we have been nurturing and taking on faith lately. We've had that message over and over and over to take not only a leap of faith, but to keep the faith. So I feel that is beautifully demonstrated here with dragonfly spirit. So make every moment count, in the sense that we may be leaning into some impatience for whatever it is that we are bringing to life. You know, we've seen the Empress, we've seen the Ace of Cups. We are witnessing ourselves give birth to our heart space, most cherished and precious dreams, as they come to life on our foundation. So while there is a tendency toward rushing or impatience, these moments count. The development of our dreams are worthy of our appreciation, not something necessarily to be rushed through, which is, you know, on a personal note, a really good message for me. I will share with you that I don't wait well. I find that I can get impatient quite quickly, and then I need to do the unconditional kindness and compassion for my own self. So let's take that message into consideration from where we stand in these now moments, and, you know, really leverage this energy on what is evolving in our world at this time. From Tarot of the Divine, our first two cards fell out together. Oh my goodness. Well, there you have it. There's the Tower. It's never been too far away from us lately, has it? And it comes with, oh lovely, the Strength card. How gorgeous is that? You know, I see the Tower quite differently than most when I turn it over in a reading. And having it paired up with the Strength card really Gosh, I find that fantastic actually, because I feel that it's a message about having the strength to take down our own towers. There's a bit of shock and awe on this card when you go with traditional tarot meanings, and you know, the universe will step in and it will shock the heck out of you at times. And I've recently had that experience too, so I can fully appreciate the tower, though I can equally appreciate having the strength to ride the wave of these walls coming down, and what gets exposed, what's behind the wall, what's just beneath the surface, right? We've seen a lot of the Three of Swords lately, and we have been encouraged by the cards to really take a look at the stories we tell ourselves, the reactions we have, and how can we transform those stories and those reactions into an energy that is loving, fulfilling, and abundantly overflowing. All those messages have come to us in recent days. We've seen the Empress, we've seen her with the Ace of Cups, and we have been also talking about what we're giving life to, what we're birthing onto our own foundation. We've seen a lot of the Death card as well, and here's the Death card in recent readings showing us the Tower, also showing us the strength to lean into what needs to pass off the foundation. So here we are rocking our own foundation. We have the strength to do that because we're making way for what's beneath the surface. We're making every moment count. We are investing our energy in a very wise way at this time because, you know, we're in a deep manifestation phase. Lovely. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, because that's the divine delivery system about to drop onto our foundation, just what we hold here in heart space. Wow. Talk about making every moment count. Talk about making all the energy you invest count to work for you. This is definitely one of those trust the evolution, trust the process. You know, yesterday we had the Ace of Wands out of the Druid Craft Tarot, and we had that stag there approaching the chasm. And knowing that we had to take a leap, we also magically had grasshopper spirit. So I feel that this reading is such a beautiful continuation of yesterday's reading. This is how we've taken the leap. We may have landed on a cracked foundation. We may have landed into a debris field, but we have the strength to do that, to make way, clear the way for what the divine delivery system is delivering to us, which is everything that is illuminated for us just below the surface. Woo! What great connections in the cards, right? Then we have, oh wow, the Ace of Coins. There's the abundance. There's the abundant overflow. There's yet another doorway of opportunity to step through. This is also a card of great love, great self-love, great self-investment. That's what is giving us the strength to turn the wheel to fulfill our own dreams, right? Fantastic energy. From the bottom of the deck, out of the unseen, we have the Emperor. Gosh, we just keep trading between the Emperor and the Empress. I love that we have the Emperor here though, because here is a super stable card. The Emperor is about as stable and strong as you get in tarot. He is the father of tarot. And as everything is coming to life, as we are giving birth to our goals, our dreams, everything we hold in heart space, we need to draw on our inner strength and this type of stability to create the kind of foundation where we put an Ace of Coins on it, leaving a door wide open for the abundant overflow that we saw in the Ace of Cups and the Empress from the other day. All of that is rolling right in for us. Gosh, we can just stand there with our arms wide open to receive, can't we? How sweet. Let's move on to Angel Answers. You know, these cards are great at confirming something for you, answering a question, and simply an opportunity to let the angels whisper to you. What have they got to say today? Our first card is in the near future, which is yet further confirmation of what's coming to light, what is beneath the surface, what is emerging and evolving. You know, the message of Dragonfly Spirit, and it's making every moment count, is a beautiful card here as we take a look, as a beautiful card for confirmation as we take a look at this in the near future from Angel Answers. There is such opportunity to appreciate the divine flow. And not only that, to appreciate a time in our process or an experience within our process where we don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting at this time. The Tower is coming down with grace because of our strength. The stories of the Three of Swords are enlightening us, giving us an opportunity to consider things from a completely different perspective, which we've seen also in the Moon with the High Priestess as well. The Death card brings a lot of transformation. These are all cards that we've seen in recent days. And this reading here feels like the fulcrum, the tipping point. It will be interesting to see what the cards have to say for tomorrow. How the energy flows from this point forward as we go through the doorway, the gateway of opportunity offered to us through the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Coins. Next. I love this too. We've had this card recently. Peaceful resolution can be as simple as taking a deep breath and putting your hands over your heart. Taking that moment to be fully present in your soulful awareness and your waking consciousness, and have the realization that this kind of energy is taking care of itself with very little input from us at this time. And perhaps the best investment we can make is to allow. Next. Oh, we have a card that's turned over. Let's see it. No is back again. I like that. This is a reminder for us not to push, not force the flow of allowing. There is no forcing that. So if there is a tendency toward leaning deeper into the ego and trying to push this process along, this card reminds us, no, just no, stop right there. Get into your heart space, stay in your heart space. I think one more card wants to come out of this deck. Yes. And there it is. Be assertive. I love that. Be assertive with your allowing. Be assertive with your ego. Validate it, embrace it, allow that too, and stay connected to the heart. Let's take a look at the final word on the reading from the Divine Abundance deck. I'm just going to pull one right off the top. And we have Divine Source. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Wow. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. How perfect is that? You know, yesterday's reading, this card was a wow factor. And it is again today because it summarizes all of this so beautifully. And I love the magic of that in these readings. This final word, this final card just seems to gather it all up and really punctuate the message that the universe is speaking to us through the cards. So thank you for being here. Leave some messages and comments about what's going on in your abundant flow. What's going on behind the scenes for you that you have an inkling of? What are you holding in heart space and how is it evolving for you? Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you again for being here. Namaste.